What's going on, boys? Gonna do a quick little trade recap. We took one dub and one L today, but the dub unfortunately only hit TP1 and stopped out at break even. So we are actually down slightly on the day. Sorry for that. My brain literally just turned off for a second. I actually just want to see something real quick. Yeah, I'd still be in that anyway. I got stopped out break even on that. Little trade recap though. Market was, we are actually trending up. However, we are having quite a bit of choppiness, and this actually isn't as big of a move up as it looks like. That's only about 100 points, which, really isn't that much. We did have news at 10 o'clock, but generally it just is a Monday. I'm, happy with, how I traded today. Ended slightly down. Can't really complain. Had my best week trading ever last week. So coming into, this week, I'm not really expecting, too much of myself. Just taking good setups as we'll go over. Earlier this morning, we did have quite a bit of choppiness, as you can see in here. Also, 0-2 Funded. If you guys haven't been following the 0-2 Funded episode and you are a new trader, make sure to go check that out. We are going to be going more in depth on price analysis in today's episode, so go catch up on that if you could. And then also drop a like and hit that subscribe button if you could. It would absolutely mean the world to me, but without further ado, let's go ahead and replay the chart. So coming into open, didn't really have a bias. Pre-market, we were just kind of chopping around, as you can see. So I was really waiting for us to either kind of break above these highs or really break above these lows to take a good 3-minute setup. Boom, we pump up. Had a bullish bias right there. Ended up dumping all the way back down. And then we ended up hopping back up. Now, this was right here a perfect long setup. Right, you can see we were bullish. Like I just said, I wanted to see us kind of come above these highs right here, which we did. And then we held, we held above, we retested, held that. And then boom, we have a huge pullback that we instantly buy back up. I'm like, okay, buyers here are really strong. This could be considered our pullback handle. We wick above and then get a strong close. As you can see, bottom wick's a little bigger. Enter right there, stop loss right there. Now, reason I didn't take this trade was because we got high impact 10 a.m. news, and this was, slightly before that. Now, this thing would have ended up hitting TP1 and then stopping out at break even, but right here was 10 a.m., so you would have hit TP on that news candle. I just saw that we were really, not having that much volume, even off of open, so we had that high impact news at 10, and I just didn't want to get caught in the trade during 10 a.m. high impact news, so I just sat out of that one. Next trade I took, however, was a long setup right there. This was a very good long setup in my eyes. One, in my eyes, we started to create this uptrend. I still had a bullish bias. As you could see, we started to pump up and we were broken above these highs. I were thinking that we were maybe wanting to, possibly break above these highs and then kind of fill this imbalance over here today. Anyway, this was, and you can see also just on the 3-minute, look at how good this looks. This candle right here, right? Buyers are very strong right here. We retest, we come all the way down. Look at these bottom wicks right here. This candle right here, extremely bullish. This candle right here, very bullish, even though it closed red. Decent bottom wick on this candle, then boom. Confirmation candle right there. Pull back there, wick above, filled at the close of that candle, which was right there. This looked very, very good. Even if we look at the 5-minute time frame, you can see this candle right here that we entered off of, pretty much fully engulfing. 15-minute time frame. Not too hot in hindsight, even though I didn't actually look at it. 1-minute chart looked like we were, starting to form some very strong uptrend as well. And then, unfortunately, we just got stopped out of that one. Pretty unlucky trade. It looked really good in hindsight. Not mad at it at all. And, yeah, that's a setup I would have taken 10 out of 10 times. But, hey, man, you can't win them all. Anyway, right here, kind of, was not really looking for anything. We started to kind of chop and then just hold this low, hold this high. So kind of got stuck in this range. Next trade I took actually was a long setup right here. Now, I actually took this off the 5-minute time frame, which was right here. Had our pullback there. We wicked above, and then I ended up actually filling right there. I actually didn't get that good of a fill. I actually ended up filling right there. But I was still targeting the original. This is just a rule of thumb. Even if you get kind of a bad fill, always put your TP and SL where you originally planned to have it. Otherwise, it can, sometimes might get in the way of things. So, got a slightly bad fill on this one. Entered right there off the 5-minute. Look how good it looked. We fully engulfed this candle, literally the entire candle from the top of the wick to the bottom of the wick. Also, I still had that bullish bias. Coming back onto the 3-minute, also looked very strong. We also held, these lows from earlier this morning as well. And I really, really felt like, the market wanted to make a move up today, expansionary move up today, which it ultimately did. We ended up hitting take profit 1 on this thing right there. And then we were chopping around quite a bit. Now, since I got a bad fill, I actually stopped out break even. I filled at 68. So I actually stopped out break even literally right here. But as you can see, my initial entry, where I actually wanted my entry to be, we would have held, and then this is now going into what is currently happening. I would actually still be in this, but as you can see, we are just have completely fallen off a cliff with volume. I probably would just exit right, all out right here. So yeah, great trade. In hindsight, really not much I could have done on this. Yeah, getting a bad fill caused me to stop out break even right here. And then if I was still in this, if I got a better fill like right here where I initially wanted to, I probably would just exit all out right now just above TP1 just because it's already 115 and I'm not really trying to hold this trade all day. But so yeah, this is, one of those days where volume's a little slower, ending down very slightly on the day. So we took that 1L. And then we had TP1 stopped out at break even, so we are down a bit on the day. But that is pretty much it. Been experimenting a lot with different time frames. As you can see, this was a very good 5-minute entry. And the 15-minute looked very bullish there as well. Just really playing with that trend, that bullish sentiment that we had. And as you can see, we are, slowly but surely creeping up. Very, very slowly but surely creeping up. And this is kind of the expansionary upside move that I initially wanted to see kind of play out right here at my first setup. So kind of unfortunate, but we still followed our rules, took a great setup, and that is what it's all about. Like I said, after having my best trading week ever last week, I really can't be mad at a loss, and I followed all my rules, everything like that. But yeah, guys, that's going to wrap it up. Quick little trade recap. Bottom line, I guess, is always follow your rules, and don't be mad at a loss if you follow your rules because you showed up, you did what you could have, and yeah, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. Please subscribe if you are not already. And guys, check out the Zero to a Funded series. We're going crazy on it, uploading every single day on there, so make sure you check that out as well. With that being said, I'll see you guys later in the next episode. But yeah, peace.